Alright everybody, so welcome back and let's continue from here on. And right now the main focus is going to be on building the Todo application that we were already working on and using Next.js of course. So let's see what all we can do. Many technologies are gonna be used over there, so we had better just keep everything in mind and simply go ahead. Alrighty, so I still have to work on the store. There's nothing, there is something inside the store. This is not the one that I need actually. FullStack. This is the project that I was working on. So I worked on these many things, and the remaining things I'm here to work on. The simple thing is that I will be giving, I'll be getting it done today. I mean, most of the tech I have already understood, so I can just simply go ahead start working from here on. Okay, so let's start working. And fetch to do, that means I have to fetch the to-dos from the database, right? So const to-dos, that's gonna be equals to await, and again I'm using to-do model over here. To-do model dot find, and I will be finding all of them in just one go. Dot I have to sort them first of all, so they come on, not like that. They need to be sorted, and they will be sorted based on created at date, not created, just created at. So created at is going to be here, and at the end I have to link them. In the sense they will be converted to a JS object and all, JSON object. Once this much is done, what is the next step? Once I got my to-dos, then I have to just simply return the to-dos, and yeah, I think so, this is it. So ultimately I have to return it from here, and success is going to be true, and message is going to be to-dos fetched successfully, as simple as that. And then I have to return the to-dos from here, so to-dos are gonna be equals to to-dos, as simple as that. This is the way that I'm going with. So ultimately fetch to-do is done. Let's go with the toggle to do, and when it comes to toggle to do, so at that time do I need to get some inputs over here? First of all, I will be getting the ID, like which to do I have to toggle, and the second thing is that what actions, not actions actually. Toggle to do in the sense I have to just turn it opposite. Let's get the updates too. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be going with both. Updates is gonna be nothing, it's gonna be completed, and that's gonna be boolean. So okay, on this particular update thing, I will be just changing that. ID is gonna be, what type of ID is it's gonna be? ID is gonna be string. So I will be getting, it's completely up to me whether I want to get that or not, but this time I want to get the updates. Exactly what is the update that I want to change over here, like what is the thing that I want to change over here. Once this thing got done, then after that with the help of the ID I have to find the to do. So const updated to do is, that's gonna be equals to await, and again to do model dot find by ID and update. This one I'm gonna be using find by ID. Let's give it the ID. For updating it, I'll be giving it a completed false. That means I'll be giving it updates, as simple as that. So this is how it will be going on. So with the help of ID it will find that. With the help of updates it will simply update that. So updates is gonna be equals to completed boolean, and completed it can be false or true, anything. Once it is done, then I will be checking if I have my, if I don't have my updated to do, that means there's an error, return, and success is going to be false over here. And I hope I'm audible. Well, let me check that thing too. Yeah, I'm audible. So success is gonna be false over here, and message is gonna be failed to toggle the to do, and that's it. I don't even need to return anything. If that does exist, in that case I will be returning success. Again, it's gonna be true over here in that case. And message is going to be toggle to do successfully, toggled to do created, to do toggled successfully, to do toggled successfully, something like this. And lastly I have to return the to do, so to do is gonna be equals to updated to do, as simple as that. So this thing is done. So overall, toggle to do server action I have written. The last server action that I have removed to do. For this thing I just need to get the ID. The ID is going to be type of string. So first of all, let's keep this thing over here, and after that I simply do one thing, that const deleted to do one more thing over here. Just let me do that right now. Whenever I am updating the to do, so when I'm returning the values from here, updates, I will be setting new to true over here, so that I get the new values, the updated values mainly. So this thing is done. And then deleted to do, await, and to do model, of course. Come on, not just to do model is something that I need. To do model dot what? To do model dot, I have to remove it, so find and delete. Find by ID and delete, mainly this one, because I have the ID. So with the help of the ID I will be deleting it, and once it is deleted I will be checking whether if a deleted to do, if that does not exist, in that case I have to just simply return a false message. So success is gonna be false over here, and success is gonna be false. Message failed to delete the to do, as simple as that. And that is it, nothing else. And lastly, if it succeeds, so return success, it's gonna be true. And message is gonna be deleted, to do deleted successfully, to do deleted successfully, as simple as that. And I will be returning the to do from here as well. It's completely up to me, but I'm gonna be returning that, and that's gonna be deleted to do. Got that? Okay, so this much I've done over here. Ultimately I have created all my 4 actions. Random guy, good morning brother, how are you? Glad to have you here. Let's continue. So I have created all my actions, and right now mainly actions talk to the database directly. And right now I have to create my store. Store will manage the state, and for creating the store, by the way, this is day 64th of the challenge. I have to manage the stand. I will be using zoo stand for that. Zoo stand is here. Let's click on this. Okay, so this is how zoo stand looks like. Go to the documentation, and when it comes to zoo stand, first of all let's check whether I have that installed or not. Zoo stand. Turns out that I don't even have zoo stand installed. Amazing, great job. Like nothing could be better than this. Okay, let's install zoo stand and start working on like this as well. So I need a guide, a proper guide. Not a guide like this. I'm fine brother, just woke up and opened YouTube and saw you streaming, so just clicked it and now I'm here. You woke up right now? Really? At 12 o'clock? I woke up at 9, by the way. Today I woke up late because I was awake till 3 or something. So, but do you usually wake up at this time? My mom will start scolding me if I do that. I won't be even allowed to be asleep. Let's search DevTools like this, because I will be using DevTools over here, so let's go with that. But even before that, even I start using my DevTools like this over here, I need to make sure one thing, and that is I'm installing it, right? Without installation, how will it work and all? So npm install ZooStand, this is how I will be installing it. And this is not tea, it is just it's just my medicine. I'm suffering from sneeze and all. That is why I'm having that. Let's simply install. Not just I woke up at 9:30. Okay, not just I woke up at 9:30. I did myself. Like I also woke up at 9:30 when my mom started scolding me. ls. So I have installed a zoo stand, and I can go to my store. Store. This is the store. Let's create the store right now. The store is gonna be todo store.ts or something. First action, I created action, to do action, then I am creating to do store, and let's import zoo stand over here. So import zoo stand from zoo stand. How do we import it? I'm gonna be using dev tools, so let's go with that only. Oh damn, हर घर की कहानी सेम ही होती है. अरे बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, क्यों नहीं. जाना था हमें खेत लेकर खाद, तो मम्मी कहने लगी चल उठ, बहुत सो लिया. फिर हम भी गए. अच्छा हुआ कि वहाँ फिर मम्मी ने ही मैनेज कर लिया, मुझे रुकना नहीं पड़ा. मैं वहाँ खाद देकर आ गया घर वापस, एंड इधर शुरू हो गया मैं अपना. Okay, by the way, let's continue. First of all, I have to import create and state creator. State creator for what? State creator. ये किधर यूज होगा भाई? Dev tools is Joku. I know. Okay, I know that. State creator. State creator. Where am I using that? Let's copy the whole thing. Let's paste it over here and see. First of all, this state creator I am not using, so let's get rid of this. I am importing create from zoo stand. I am importing zoo stand from middleware. Again, I need it. This is just a middleware. Then this jungle store. Come on, I don't need that. I need my to do store. Come on, yeah. Jungle store. Why do I need to have that? So let's have this to do store over here. From when did you start streaming? I started streaming from 10:30 or something. But then I just had a break to have breakfast. Usually I started early morning, like at around 7 or 6. Usually 7 o'clock. But yesterday night, I just like I was awake, so because of that thing I woke up late. Oh, are you still attend a university? Bro, I'm a college dropout. I use a jungle store, use a to do store, and then I will have what all I'll have inside this. Let's talk about the types. I'll have my to do's. Got it. Then I'll have my filter. That's gonna be what the hell? Filter. That can be either all. Filter is gonna be low. Or just recently, like few months. It's been 64 days. This is day 64. This is day 64. As simple as that. Filter is gonna be low, or filter can be high, or filter can be medium, or filter can be high. As simple as that. These are the things that I have over here. This is just the type of that. Okay, fine. And yeah, it should be fine. What is the next thing? I have my filter. I will have I have filter is loading. I'll definitely have that, and that's gonna be boolean. One more thing, I'm creating to do's over here. So to do's of what type? What the hell? That's gonna be the type of the to do's too. I have to create that. Type of to do's. Let's do one thing. Let's create that like this. To do. What all I have inside the to do. Since you are doing YouTube for just 2 months, like I started coming live, but earlier 2 years ago I uploaded some of the videos, but recently, yeah, it's been just 2 months. It doesn't mean that I didn't have subscribers. I already have 1800 subscribers around. That is why I was able to come live. And then yeah, to do store, the type I have to create what all I'll get over here inside my to-dos. So let's have a look at the model. To-do interface, to-do type. I already have my to-do type here, so why not use that particular to-do type? So it has a title, description, priority, completed. To-do type will be equals to to-do, as simple as that. Will this be fine? Interface to-do access document, as for this type. And the another thing is that I will not be having it over here, so I already have my to-do type, ultimately interface type, so why not use that there directly? So this is the to-do type that I have. This is the basic to-do type. And inside models I have this. Let's get alrighty, then go and have your lunch. That's really important to have. So ultimately this is the store. So what I have to do inside my types over here, I have to create another folder called store. Inside that I will have store related, so that's gonna be todo.type.ts over here. This is gonna be the name for that. And I have to-do type for the store, that's gonna be type. To-do type is gonna be simple. Interface to-do, I will be using that only because that's almost the same, so I don't need to worry about that. And after that export to-dos, the type of the to-dos, right? I need to to-do store. Let's do one thing, name it a to-do dot to-do store dot type dot ts, as simple as that. To-do store dot type dot ts, this is the name for that. I hope I'm not messing up with the naming things and all. Yeah, that's fine for now. So to-do, let's get an interface to-do store, it's gonna be like that. And I'll have my to-do inside that. So to-dos are gonna be array of to-do over here. And what else? I'll have filter. Let's copy paste these things over from there. Control C and Control X I clicked. Never mind. Let's go here, paste it over here. I have these things. And what else? I need to have my set to-dos function. And what will it do? It will set to-dos function. Then I have to have but let's work with this one first of all. I am defining the types over here, right? Yes, that means it will take a function that will return void or something, not like that. Set to dos, that's gonna be a function. It will be taking something, it will take state and void. With that's not done like that. How can I set the type over here? Type of the states, right? Add fish, void, and this. What does this add fish do? Add fish simply adds that. Add fish is a function that you just set and then it gets the things done. That means I can simply say that this is actually going to be a function and it will be returning void. Okay, so I have set to dos. Then what I'll have, I'm gonna have fetch to dos as well. So fetch to dos, I will be fetching the to dos. Okay, fetch to do will return something or not? Fetch to do will definitely return something. What the hell, yeah? Fetch to do, when I'm fetching the to dos, I will be calling that use state. I will be using this particular method. That means it will definitely return the to dos. Not really. Fetch to do will fetch the to dos from the database and simply set the to dos. And once the to dos are set, this is already doing. I already have the to dos. I'm already setting the to dos, getting them from the database and all. Then the next thing is that I can have something called fetch to do. Will this be useful? once I already have set to do, it will be getting all the to do in there. Then I don't need to have it. Set to do will that job, and add to do I will have, and it will be adding a single to do. Then after that I will have toggle to do, it will be toggling the to do, and again where are you going, wide, and I have toggle to do, I have remove to do, or yeah, remove to do. Let's have this, the type is gonna be like this, and after that I'll have set filter. Again I need to set the filter as well, just wide. I'll have set is loading, is loading wide. What else? One more thing I will have, and that would be content, no, active counts, active to do's. How many active to do's I have? It will be a function, and it will return a number. Yeah, and then active completed to do's, completed to do's length or count, completed to do's count. Again this will be a function that will give me the number of them, and same similarly over here, active to do's count and completed to do's count. So this is it for now. Let's see if we need something else, we will be adding that, but this is how we will be going ahead. I'm already exporting that. So let's come back here to do store. I will be importing it. Once I have imported this, then let's start working on the things here. First of all, I'm using DevTools, and inside this I will have get as well, because I will be using that of course. And then I will be removing everything from here. At least this much. And then first of all I will have my to-dos, that's gonna be just an array. Then I will have my filter, that will be medium by default. Then I'll have is loading, that will be false by default. Then I'll have a set to do's, okay, this is just a function, right? It will get a set, it will have another function that will get set, and when it gets a set, then I have to return, and whatever I return from here, that will be the ultimate thing. Okay, whenever I'm setting the to-dos, where will I get the to-dos from? Interesting question. Where am I getting the bear.state+1 add bear? This gets called. So this itself going to be a function that will have some value, and then it will call that. Don't you think so? I do think so. That means what I have to do is pretty simple and straight. That bro, first of all, set to do is itself going to be a function, maybe like this, and that set to do will get the to do's. The type is gonna be of course to do from to do store type, and once I have that, then I will be, is this how it's done? I'm not sure. Yeah, let's take a look at this. I just want to be sure about this particular thing. Okay, first of all, these are the to-do states, to-do store type, ID, title, description, completed, priority, interface, and all. Okay, fine. And after that, that's gonna be the priority, filter, loading, set to-dos. I never mentioned that it will take these things. I should be mentioning that. First of all, let's make the type properly, and once the types are ready, after that I can go to my store, and that must actually be using a function directly. So yeah, that's exactly the same thing happening over here. I will be getting it done, and whatever I set inside this, that will become the value of that. Okay, fine. What the hell? I should be opening the previous one. This one. First of all, the types that I created, that is not the appropriate way to create them. So let's even make it even better. First of all, when I'm setting the to-dos, so it will take all the to-dos, right? When it comes to taking all the to-dos, that means I to-do that I have, interface to-do, the to-do that I have, to-do of array of to-dos. Okay, so this thing is done. Then adding to-do, it will just take a to-do. The type is gonna be to-do. And toggling the to-do will take two things. Toggling the to-do will take id. Id is gonna be type of string, and it will take updates. And let's do one thing, let's have that side by side, so that if I get stuck somewhere, or let's keep it here, well, that's not gonna be visible at all. Let's do it like this. I wanna just check the name whether that is update or updates. I think that is update for sure. There should be update anyhow. They are updates. So updates are gonna be completed, and completed is gonna be boolean, of course. So these are the parameters that they are getting. After that, remove to do, it will just simply take the id and it will simply remove it. Set filter to do will simply take a filter. Okay, type of the filter, what's gonna be the type of the filter? Type of the filter is going to be to-do store that I already have, and inside that I have something called filter. The type of that is gonna be this. And then set is loading, that's gonna be, it will take a completed, and completed is gonna be boolean. As simple as that. Set it loading will take a completed. Is this going to be like this? Set is loading. Set is loading is gonna be what? Not completed, rather is loading. It will take it, that will be type of boolean. When I'm setting is loading, at that time it will simply take boolean, that is for sure. What should be the name of that? This is the to-do store that I have. How about the types? Types is loading boolean, that's right. Alrighty, by the way, this so far so good. I don't really need to worry about anything. And now I should be working on this particular stuff. So what I'm saying that set to do is gonna be a function. Then over here I will get all the to-dos. I will get all the to-dos, and once I got all the to-dos, then I will be just simply setting it. And I can set it directly over here instead of creating it like this. So what I want, that I wanna set it, and what I want to set, I wanna set the to-dos, as simple as that. What is the problem? It's in comma. Okay, so this is how I'm just simply going ahead. First of all, this is the function. It is a arrow function. Simply returns set to do's, and whatever it returns, not whatever it returns, whatever gets set inside this particular set method will be set here directly, automatically. If I'm not wrong, I can just simply have a look at this, but overall this is how it must be happening. So inside this I have this. There must be some places where I'm not even returning that. Let's stop looking at this. Let's rather go to the documentation, and inside this the thing is that I'm always returning this set. So this is the add where, and this set is getting returned from there, and so ultimately set needs to be returned, right, forever, all the time. Is this even compulsory? Let's go to AI. Do we need to return set? No, inside your actions you don't need to return set. Set is just a function injected by Bootstrap into the store initializer. You call it to update state, and that's it. That means it does not need to be returned. But if you are returning, that is completely up to you. But this is not kind of a compulsory thing. Okay. I will even check both the ways whether it actually works even without returning or not. But for now, let's continue from here on. So This first one is the set to do's. I will be setting the to do. Second one is gonna be add to do. Add to do is gonna be again a function. It will be just getting the to do. Type is going to be to do. And come on, let's make it a bit better. To do. This is again going to be a function, and it will be setting what it is going to set. A really important thing. It will be setting the new to do in the previous to do, right? That simply means that set will not work directly. I will have to get the state like the previous state. So, and from here I have to return an array of objects. Not only that, when I am returning an array, not like this, I have to return from here. I have to return an object that will contain the to do's. And what are gonna be the to do's? To do's are gonna be the previous to do's and the new to do. New to do means the to do that I have got here. So to do and previous to do's, in the sense previous to do's means state dot to do's. Is that okay? Not quite okay, because state dot to do's is an array. So I will have to destructure it inside that. So it's gonna be like this. Is this okay? Thinking. What is the problem with this? Okay, this should be a to do type first of all, and now it seems to be okay. What is happening over here? First of all, I'm getting all my I'm getting my new to do. Then I'm setting the to do. When I'm setting the to do, so first of all I need to have the previous to do's as well, because I have to add inside that only. So I'm getting all my previous to do's using this set. So set dot state dot to do's, and then I'm returning an object, and that object has the to do as the key, and that has the value of the to do. That value contains the new to do as well as all the previous to do's, and I'm having to destructure them, as simple as that. So this thing is also done. What is the next thing that I can do? Next thing is add to do. Let's go with the toggle to do. Toggle to do will do what? Toggle to do will get the id. Id is gonna be type of string, and toggle to do will get the updates, and that's gonna be completed in boolean, as simple as that. And once I have this particular function, then I can just simply return my set, though this is not compulsory. And what I have to do, I have to toggle that particular to do. That is it. That means I have to first of all get all my previous to do's. Once I got my all previous to do's, I will be returning the to do's object from here, and then state dot to do's. But there's gonna be a condition over here, that I don't have to just return all the state dot to do's directly. Rather, first of all, they needs to be inside an array. Is that is not a compulsory thing over here. I got all my to do's. Got it? Once I got all my to do's, I will be returning them, but by making some changes inside them. So state.todos.map I'll be mapping through them. Then I will just get my to do. Once I got my to do, so at that time I have to check the id. So if a to do that I get to do dot what will be the id type? Id like this. So to do dot id, if that's triple equals to id that I have, in that case what I have to do, in that case I have to return an object. That is fine, I will be returning an object, but that object will have all the values of the to do, and I have to restructure my updates here as well. What is the update? Update will have the value of completion, so updates, okay, something like this. And if that is not equals to, so I will be just simply returning the to do from here. What is the problem? Set to do, I'm setting the to do, I'm returning it, I'm returning all the to do's, and when I'm returning that, I'm returning this value. So state dot to do's first of all, then I'm mapping through them. It will simply return an array, that is for sure. And I need to return this like this. No, whatever is here, that is already getting returned. So if I make it just what is the problem? Argument parameter state implicitly has any type. It is simply saying that state does not have any type. And what I think, that state does not need to have any type, because over here I didn't even give it any state and it worked fine. So what is the problem now? control X, not like that. Okay, let's cut this much part, control X, and this is fine right now. So what is the problem with the remaining code? State.todos, I am getting all my to-dos, and once I got those to-dos, I am simply mapping through them. Once I'm mapping through them, I'm getting my to-do. Once I got my to-do, I'm checking whether todo.id is that's equals to the current ID that I have. Okay, what is the type of the to-do? Interface. Alrighty, that is the problem. The ID that I will have over here. First of all, it will have to do. It will be like this, and inside this I will have all my basic to dos, like to do type I will have. So I can say this will have ID will be type of string, then it will have created at will be date, it will have updated at, these are the things that I need, right? Updated at, it will be type of date, and at the end of the day I will be adding a to do type here, the basic to do type. Have fine. And if I go here right now, I'm not getting any error. I hope. Yeah, I'm not getting any error. That means logic was the right, only the types were the problems. So toggle to do is also done, and toggle to do I have, add to do I already have here. Let's continue. Then I have something called a remove to do, and remove to do. How will I remove the to do? First of all, it will be a function that will take a string as an ID as an string, and then this will set the to dos. It will set the to dos. For setting the to dos, it needs the state. When it has the state, it will be returning an object. That object will have to dos inside this, and I have my previous to dos, that means state.todos, and from this state.todos I have to remove that particular new to do. So what can I do? State.todos dot for removing I can use filter over here. I will get my to do inside this. Once I got my to do dot id, that should be triple equals to, if that is triple equals to the current ID, in that case what I have to do, okay, if this is true, the value will be returned. If this is not true, the value will not be returned. That is right. So what I am saying that, let's make it not equals to this. So if todo.id is not equals to id, that means this will be true. In the remaining cases, that means those values will be returned. And if that's equals to, that will become false. That means that value will not return. So this is how we filter the stuff and all. So even this thing is done. And what is the next thing? To do type. Set, add, toggle, remove, set filter. Let's set the filter. Very simple. Set filter. Again, set filter will be a function. It will get my filter. Filter is gonna be type of it will get a filter. To do store filter. So how will I get this? So to do store and filter. This will be the type of this. And once it got that value, so I will be setting that. So set, what do I have to set? I have to set the filter. So filter is going to be equals to what? Filter is going to be equals to filter. So I can even make it like this. Fine. Okay, then what is the next thing? Next thing is the setter is loading. Set is loading. I hope I have that here. Set is loading, control C, control V. Again, this is gonna be a function. What will it be taking? Set is loading will simply take is loading as a parameter is loading as a parameter, and the type of this is going to be boolean for sure. And once I have here, then I will be setting the value of is loading, and is loading is gonna be equals to is loading, as simple as that. That's the same thing I have over here. Okay, so I have is loading. What else? I need my active to-dos counts and completed to-do counts. So active to-dos count. First of all, this will also be a function, but then what do I have to do? I have to get my to-dos. So for getting the to-dos dot get dot yeah, I can get the to-dos. So to-dos like this. Then what do I have to do? I got my to-dos. Once I got my to-dos, I have to check whether they are active or not. Active in the sense they are not completed. So get to-dos dot, how will I check it? I have to filter them, right, in order to get the length of them. So I have to filter them. Once filtering comes, then I will get my to-do. Once I got my to-do, so I will be checking that to-do dot completed, just to-do dot completed. What will it return me? If to-do dot completed is true, not completed, as simple as that. So not to-do dot completed. If to-do dot completed is not completed, to-do is not completed, in that case that should be active counts. Okay, and then what do I have to do at the end? Dot length, something like this. And just opposite of this, I will have a completed to-dos count, and that's gonna be like this. First of all, I will get all my to-dos using this get method. I got all my to-dos, then I have to check the completed ones. So I have to filter the completed ones. So I will get my to-do and I'll check that to-do dot completed. If to-do is already completed, in that case that should be filtered, and once that got filtered, then I will be checking the length of it. It's just like that, and this is how I have to just simply go ahead. So this is already done. So this much code I've written so far, and it seems to be good enough. Alrighty, I've created this use to do store, that I will be exporting this store from here. So export default use to do store. So this is the store that I'm exporting from here. Ultimately, I have created my store. One more thing, when it comes to dev tools, so we can just have some more options over here. So this was the dev tool, right? And what other options we can have with the dev tools? This is the normal dev tool, and just after that we can have some more values, like we have set over here, and lastly we can have some, we have dev tools over here. Just inside dev tools, this is a middleware I have set, and then I can have name and all. So let's just have name my to do store. Don't really this is how I'm just simply getting all the things from what docs itself. But if you ask me, do I know how DevTools works, I don't know. I'm just simply going with the things. Later I will figure out what is the use of, what is the benefit of using DevTools middleware. Overall I get the idea, we get the functionalities of Redux DevTools and all, but how it actually works, no idea. But again, as far as we have this, we don't really need to worry about it. So this is the set function, and this goes till here. Inside that only we are gonna have some other methods as well, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, we will have this particular thing. Let's copy it all, paste it here, and I will not have my actions list. Let's get rid of this, but I'll definitely have my store name. So its name is gonna be to do store, as simple as that. Done. So this is it. This is the hook. This is the store that I have created. Once I have my created store, then I can move to working with the hooks. So these things are done. Two things we have worked with so far. First one is the store I have created, and the second thing is the actions that I have created. Actions will talk to the database. Store will manage the state. That is it. Now I have to create the hooks that will use both these. So again, I will be using the 10 stack React query for it. So let's go with that. 10 stack React query. Here it is. Let's click on this. Read the docs. Let's click on the docs. 10 stack React query. And first of all, we need to make sure one thing. First of all we have to install it. So let's click on the installation, and for installation we need to use npm teststack react query. Let's copy it, copied. Let's go here and let's paste it here, like this. I'm gonna be installing teststack react query. Once I have that installed, then what is the next step? The next step is query client or not CDN. I'm using directly by installing it. Then I can go to quick start, and the next thing is that I have to wrap my all the components inside this query provider, and I will be getting this query client as well, and I will be getting this query client by calling new query client. So these are the things that I have to keep in mind. So let's go to now layout and just type it. I hope that is installed right now. Yeah, that is. What do I have to do? I will go to my layout. Where is layout? Layout is inside app.layout.tsx. Inside this I will be first of all importing query client. Don't I have that? I think I have installed that. What is the name of that? The name is query client provider is something that I have to install, import. So query client provider, and it turns out that it's not getting imported by default. So let's do one thing. I will be importing it from @teststack react query. So let's import it manually. So over here, import query client provider from @teststack react query. Any problem? No problem as such. And the next thing that I have to have over here, that is the client. So I need my client too. And when it comes to the client, let's create an object over here. I state const I'll only have my client over here. That's gonna be the use state, and there will be a function. Function will simply return the client, and then I will be able to use that particular client. I can make it query client and all, up to me what name I want to it. Or I can even if I want, I can even remove the use state that I'm using, and I can just simply go ahead directly. But okay, let's use the use state mainly because one of my teachers he used it this way. New query client, this is something that I will be getting from there. So this function will simply return new query client, as simple as that. So this is the use state that I'm using. That use state has a function. That function simply returns new query client. That simply means this is the query client that I have, and it already has the value. It is already an instance of this, as simple as that. I'm instantiating this particular class over here. That means I'm getting the instance object in this particular variable, and once I have that, then I'll be giving it the client too. So client is gonna be equals to query client. Any problem? No problem as such. Only one problem, that this children that I have, they should be wrapped inside them. That's it. So first step we have done. Then the next thing is that function to do query. Now we have to just simply use we have to simply use query and all to fetch the values. We have to use mutation to mutate the value, ultimately post the things and all. Let's continue with that. So the next thing I have to do, I will not be using them separately, rather I will create a particular method for them. Mainly hooks I will create for them, and those hooks will be returning the result of them. So in the sense, what I mean over here, the first thing is that you are using use query separately, you are using use mutation separately. The second thing is that you are actually creating a hook for them, and then using that you are using them. Okay, depends. And by the way, let's go to hook, and where is the hook? This is the hook. Use mobile I already have. Let's use todo.ts. This is the name of that, and inside that I will be creating my hooks. Interesting. What would be the name? I'm not sure about the names of these hooks. I had better take the help of my previous code. What did I name them earlier? Hooks, use create to do, use delete to do, use toggle to do. Okay, I have all the hooks over here. Fine, got that. So ultimately I have to create hooks for everything in the sense export function and create to do, use create to do, use create to do. This is the first hook that I have, and I can even make it better, I can even make it look better ultimately. So what I want, that export const create not create, use create to do like this, and this will be an array function, arrow function, something like this. So this is the first hook that I have. Similarly I will have 4 hooks like here continuously, and the second hook is going to be use create to do, then use add to do. Add is already done, I'm creating that. Then what is the next thing, I have to fetch my to do's, so use fetch to do's. Yeah, I have to fetch my to do's in order to render them, right? Use fetch to do's. Okay, where will I use create to do? This thing is clear that when I'm creating the to do, so I will be calling it, I will be calling this mutation while creating it. Okay, if I have use toggle to do, so I'll be calling it while toggling the to do, and when I call it this will be a mutation, so I will be getting some extra things, suspending and all. I will be giving it the ID as well, as simple as that. And similarly I will have use remove to do, remove to do. So this will be called while removing the to do, this will be called while toggling the to do, this will be called while creating the to do. As for this, this will be called while fetching the to do's, and once I'm actually calling this, it will actually return the to do's and all from this side, so that I can use them there. Okay, fine, let's continue from here on. And one more thing, let's start working with this particular first thing, and that is gonna be use fetch to do's. When I'm fetching the to do's, I need particular methods. I can either create functions or I can directly go ahead with that. Okay, even before that, let's start working on this. It will simply return one thing. What will it return? It will return use query from 10 stack react query. It is going to return this because of course I'm fetching the to do's, so I need to use this. And once I'm actually using this, then it takes 2 parameters. First parameter is a query function. Query function, no, what, I have my notes, come on, I can take the help of my notes at least, but I can take the help of, like I can simply check them here. What is the use of going to my notes too? It takes not this one. Okay, this use query, if you can't see that, I'm gonna be zooming it a bit. Here it is. So this use query takes 2 things. It takes query key, and then it takes query function. So we will have to create them as well. So let's do one thing. Let's give it query key. First of all, it needs an object. Inside that it needs query key, and I need to give it query key. Let's give it to do's for now. And then it needs the query function as well. So query function is gonna be a function called fetch to do's. Okay, do I have that? I don't even have that. So let's give it a normal function directly over here. I can create that for of course, but let's go ahead with this much. Okay, first of all, let's talk about a query key. I will be making a method that will generate the keys automatically, so that I don't mistakenly misuse the keys and all, so or use the keys the wrong way. So what I'll be doing, like, there will be a function that I will be generating over here, export, whether you export it or not, that doesn't matter, because keys are going to be used only in the hooks over here. So const to do's keys. Okay, and there can be one key, there can be more than one key, and that is why I'm creating this particular function. And this is going to be a function, this is going to be an object. This object will have all, like it will have all the to do's key that it already has by default. By default it has to do's, of course. And then it will have lists method. What will this method do? This method will create keys for that particular task. as simple as that. So list is gonna be what? List is going to be a function, okay, a function that simply this is going to be a function that returns me all with that particular list. Or I can say that simply returns me all. What is the problem with this? I can't use it directly. So to do keys dot all. How about this? This is fine too. It simply returns that. Oh, one more thing that I can do over here, that is it actually returns me an array, and that array contains some extra keys. So it actually returns me an array that has lists plus I hope I'm doing it the right way. Even I have to destructure that. So to do keys dot all, and then this is how it's gonna be going on. Let me even check. Let me cross check it whether this is exactly the right thing or not. So whenever I'm making this to do key option, and that's exactly what I'm doing over here. It's simple. Why am I even? The question is why am I doing it? The thing is simple. By default, it will be have key called to do, and then this list key I'm providing it. By the way, you can provide it one key. You can provide it more than one keys. It's completely up to you. But this one I'm adding because of course this is the list method that I'm using. So I wanna make sure that the key that I'm using, that is coming from the list. Okay, and that is it. I can even do one thing. Let's ask this question to AI and let's see how it explains. If I can use only to-do key, then why do I need to add lists in query client? As simple as that. Is that the name of the query client or something else? That is use query, not query client. Let's make it use query. This is a simple question, and let's see what result we are gonna be getting from here. You can use to-dos, but then every to-do related to query shares the same cache entry. So a list of to-dos query and to-do detail query would override each other or be focused to use the same query function. Then stack query caches the meshes query either by the full query or array. Different data shapes would have different keys. Why add list in use query? To-do.keys.all, and it has to-do is a namespace prefix for everything related to to-do, useful for broad invalidation refetch like invalidate queries and query key to-dos.all. To-do.list, to-do.list identifies a specific query family, all to-do lists. So it can have its own cache entry and can be invalidated independently from say to-do.details. Radical list query to-dos and lists returns an array of to-dos. Detail query to-dos detail ID return one to-do. If both used only to-dos, then stack query would treat them as the same query key, which defeats caching separation. To-do.details. If that app truly has only one to-do query, only one endpoint injection, then using only one is fine. Adding list becomes useful as soon as there are multiple to-do queries or you want to targeted invalidation. Alrighty, the thing is pretty simple that if you have multiple queries going at the same time, then it gets actually useful over here. The thing is that right now I have this is the to-do, this is the base key that it has, and then on the top of that I'm using list. I can add detail and all. Right now I have only one to-do to work with, so that is why this is not problematic. But once I have many to-dos to work with, it becomes problematic. So it's better to use more than one key. This is the base key, this is the key that I'm already adding and telling that this is gonna be the work with the to-do list and all. Okay, and this is mainly the reason behind that. And once I have done that, then let's start working on it. So when it comes to query key, so instead of giving it to do right now, I will be giving it to do to-dos keys dot lists. This is the method that I'll be calling, and once this method is called, it will simply return me the key automatically, and this is the function that I'm using over here. Okay, let's work with this function. When it comes to this function, so I'm gonna be using two things over here. First thing is that I need to work with my actions that I have created. Second thing is that I need to work with my state store ultimately. So I have to work with my states. So I have to change the database using the action. I have to change the states using the data that I get. Okay, because I'm fetching the data over here, so I can just simply make it async over here. I think I can make it async, and it turns out yes. And now I have to fetch the data. When it comes to fetching the data, so I will be using my action. What was that action? That action was I have to have a look at that, fetch to do, if I'm not wrong. So the action that I created, that was fetch to do. Yeah, fetch to do or fetch to do. This should be fetch to do. Okay, and once I have it, then I'll be getting it from my actions. So fetch to do, I will be getting it from how will I get it? Fetch, come on yaar. Fetch to do. This is the function that I have. I have to talk to my actions right now. So let's do one thing. Import fetch to do's from actions. Once I have my fetch to do's, what will I be doing? At that time, const to do's are gonna be equals to await fetch to do's. Okay. I got my to do's. Once I got my to do's in the sense I will be getting let's even check this thing exactly how it works. I got my query functions get to do. Where is the get to do? Notes. I wanna mainly learn about Next.js right now. And in Next.js, I mainly wanna learn about state management and all. When it comes to state management, I'm using use query right now. And when I'm using use query, so I have fetch users function over here. When it comes to this function, it simply returns the response, simple date, and then I get the data in all over here. So ultimately I'm returning the response from there. That is the thing that I have to keep in mind. That simply means that I need to return this response as well. So ultimately the to do's that I get, fetch to do's, so ultimately I can even call it response. So I can check few things over here, then I will be return. I have to return the response, that is for sure, even I'm returning it right now. But just above it, I can just check few things. One of the things is going to be if response dot success is true. In that case, what I have to do, if response dot success is true, in that case I have to set my state, right? So set to do, but even for that thing I will have to import it here. So what is the that I have created, that is this to do store. Inside this I have used to do store. So first of all I will have to import this over there. So const use to do store is going to be used to do store, something like this. Once I got this particular store, then from that particular store I have to get what? I have to get my set to do's, because of course I'm setting the to do's over here. So state, and that's gonna be state dot set to do's, and I have to make it set to do something like this. It should be fine. So ultimately I'm getting my set to do from use to do store. Once I got that particular method, I can call that method over here, set to do, and then the response that I got that must have the to do. Let's check this to do. What am I returning from here? I'm returning my to do. So response dot to do, response dot to do. This is how I will be just simply setting the values. One more thing, undefined is not assignable to do. What is undefined? To do's are undefined or what? Set to do's, use to do store. Alrighty, so this is the set to do that I have. It takes an array of to do's and it has the ID, created, updated, and all everything. And when it comes when it comes to the fetch to do's, what am I returning from here? I'm just simply returning them to do's. That means the ID is not a string over here. Interesting. The ID is types dot that whatever. What can I do now? I can do one thing. Whenever I'm returning the to do's, right, I can stringify everything. So JSON dot stringify. No, first of all, yeah, JSON dot. First of all, I have to stringify. After that, I have to parse. So JSON dot parse, but I have to JSON dot stringify as well. So JSON dot stringify, JSON dot stringify, and then I have to provide my to do's. What will happen? First of all, I'm using JSON dot stringify. So to do's are going to convert it into a string format, and after that I'm parsing it again, so that will be parsed, but that will just become an object. That will not be a MongoDB object anymore, and this will solve my problem. So I'm getting my response. I'm setting the to do's over here. Once I've set the to do's, that is it. Anything else that I can do over here? I'm setting the to do's, and that is it. No need to worry about anything else. I'm returning the response from here as well, and that's what I wanted. So this thing is done. If I do not make it a await, will I get any error? I will not get any error, but because this is async, so I'm bound to make that await. I mean, that must be. I will definitely get the error. Here it is simply saying that did you forget to use await? No, I did it knowingly. So let's make it like this, and this is how we are just simply going with the things. Let me have a look at the code that I wrote earlier, and let me make sure that everything is getting done the right way. First one is of course I'm working with the hooks, and that is the use create hook. Is that so? What is the name of the first hook that I'm working with? That is the use fetch to do's. Ultimately use fetch to do's, use to do's. Okay, this is the one that I'm working with. Let's have a look at this. I have a key and then a sync. I got my result of success, returning it from here, and if there is any error, result dot error. Great. So ultimately I'm going in the right direction. One more thing, that if response dot success is true, only in that case I have to return the response. Okay, and if there is any error, then what will you do? Error in the sense, there's no way to have an error over here. Why? Because I'm calling this, right, fetch to do's, and this fetch to do returns either true or false. It never returns me the error, because of course I have it does return me the error if there is any error, right? Okay, so what I can do actually over here, that this is fine. If response.success is true, then do this thing. If there is any error, in that case, if there is any error, that means if not response.success, if that's not successful, in that case I will be getting an error, and once I got the error, I will be just simply throwing the error that I got. By the way, that would be response dot error. How do I know that I will get it? Because I'm returning error from my action, to do action. Here, if there's any error, I'm just actually returning my error. Having said that, there are some cases at that time I'm not returning the error, then that's going to be problematic, because I'm returning the error over here, that's okay. But apart from this thing, I'm just simply returning my success, I'm simply returning my message. How can I fix it better way? I'm throwing the error, but error is not compulsory, right? Even if success is false, error may not. Appear. Let's take the help of AI over here. I want to make it better, as simple as that. Simple question. Where is that AI? This is the one. Make it better. How can I make the same code better? Your hook should always return data from query function, and throw failures on React query can put the query state or 3. Avoid duplicate server state in position unless you have a strong reason. React query expects a query function to resolve through resolve data or through reject error, not sometimes return undefined. Better versions. Yeah, this is a better way. Like if not success, then throw new error, and at that time you have to get the message if message exists, otherwise fail to fetch the to-dos, and then simply return response.to-dos, return the actual data you need. That is great. Having said that, I also have to update my state. Keep zoo stand but make the query correct. Let's do one thing over here. If there is any error, right, first of all this should be inside the query itself, query function that is already inside that, and I will be checking if not a response.success. Okay, in that case what will I do? In that case I will throw a error, so throw new error, but it could be because of course I'm returning message all the time, so I have to just simply use message over here. So response dot message that I'm getting, I will be using that. If there's no message, in that case failed to fetch the to-dos. Simple. I can make it all. By the way, even this is fine. It simply checks for undefined and all. If the value is completely undefined, only then this particular thing is going to be used. That's also fine too. If you just want to know the clear exact difference, this versus this, let's see. This picks up the right hand value when the left hand value is false. See, for example, false 0, this null, undefined name, and this picks the right hand only when null or undefined, not for clear and false. Okay, so question mark takes only the null and undefined value, works only when the value is null or undefined. This works with any false values there. Okay, then I can get rid of it from here, and this is how it looks like right now. Let's give it this function to the AI and see how it looks like right now. This version functionality correct is throws on failure, but it's still better to keep a query function free of side effects like writing zoo stand, because stack query expects the query function to be just fetch, transform, return, throw, and side effects are recommended to live elsewhere. Preferred a single source of truth. It is simply saying that by do one thing at a time. If you must use sync to this move to state update out of the query function to the fetch stage pure, and do not sync any factor that runs in data change. This okay. Use effect if query dot data set query data, and this is the query that I'm getting, right? And then ultimately I'm returning the query. I can do one thing that no, this is fine. Small extra information. If fetch to rows can throw non error velocity standardize throw error, so that the UI standardize the thrown value as an error, so that UI always has the reliable dot message. Means if you fetch to do can throw a non-error value, standardize the thrown value as an error. Fetch to do throw network down, non-error. Later error common error if it's okay. This is how it's gonna be done. Never mind, let's save fetch and then to do data that fetch to do and all. That's fine, I'm not really worried about that much. I can normalize my errors, but for that thing I have to give it the error, and that will always be error, right? I'm not even using the error directly, I'm just using that response.message and all. That line means in JavaScript or JavaScript throw can throw anything, not just error objects. People sometimes do throw oops and throw message oops. When that happens, code that expects an error like error.message may break and undefined because the string or object doesn't always. So standardize the thrown value as the error means cache whatever was thrown and rethrow the real value. It is simply saying that if what if response.message it does not exist, but it will always exist. You always had dot message. Okay. Am I using error somewhere? Not really. It's just a straightforward thing. And this is the use effect that I'm using. Whenever the query changes, it will run and query.data and set to do. And return the query. Let's do it like this. And let me do one thing. Let me take a break of 5 minutes or something. Then I'll be back and continue from here on. So let's take a break. everybody, let's continue. Come on yaar, I'm not even able to speak properly, never mind. That is mainly because I'm suffering from sneeze right now. But let's continue from here on. So this much I did, and the next thing is that when it comes to this query function, it's not really a good idea to just set the things directly over here, set the to-dos directly over here. So it's always better to just simply return it from here. And what did I do over there? Come on, I forgot even that. That is insane. So it asked me to, first of all I got my query and then I started doing this stuff and all. Okay, so instead of returning directly from here, I will be just getting my query. So const query is gonna be this. So I got the query, and once I have the query, then I can actually use a use effect. So use effect, and query will of course give me the data. So these two things I will have over here. Like if query dot data changes, okay, in that case I will be setting the, what the hell, I will be setting what? I will be setting set to do, and it will be getting a query query dot data. As simple as that. This is how I will be going ahead. So many options here, crazy. Query dot data, query dot data. Yo bro, have you finished the to do? No bro, this to do application is not simple, man. This has so many things. I am working with actions and hooks and states and React queries, so much. So it is just for just namesake it is to do application. There is so much behind this. What is the problem? Undefined is not assignable to do. Undefined is not assignable to do. Data, set to do. Okay, let's do one thing. This will be to do and query dot data. Okay, good luck. Okay, thank you. Alrighty, let's continue from here on. By the way, this set to do will take what? This set to do is going to mainly take all the to do's, and then it will that simply means that inside this, if I'm giving it the value like this, set to do's are gonna be equals to query that I have, and query will give me data, that is for sure. What all query returns, by the way? Data updated, error updated, and all these are the things that I get from here. But the important thing that actually we get many things, and that is the benefit of using query. But query dot data is giving me the error over here. And what is the problem with this? Set to do. Come on, set to do's. I'm still getting that error. Oh, what does this return? Why am I getting this error? Where should I start reading it from? Argument type, success, boolean, message string, to do, any type error. Is not assignable to parameter type to do. Mainly I have a PC. I do have a second hand laptop. It's not like I don't have a laptop, but my PC is something I work on with. Undefined is not assignable to do. Undefined stands for what? It is saying that query is undefined or what over here? What am I doing? I got my response. Inside my response I have success message, I have my message, and I have my response dot, come on, not only response, I have to return response dot data over here, maybe response dot to-dos. Okay, now I'm not getting the error. Bro, use extension TypeScript pretty errors. Really? Use extension TypeScript pretty errors. What does this do? I by the way figured this thing out. One missing dependency it has, that is set to do, so let's use that set to do. Fine, I figured this thing out by the way. Type issue will look beautiful. First of all, that is an issue, that is a bug, and you want to make that beautiful. That is a good thing by the way, I'm just kidding. Control Shift X, and that is, what is the name? What is the PC specification? That's enough to run like the coding related stuff easily. I can even do the DevOps part, like 1 terabyte storage, 500 SSD, and Ryzen 3 something like that CPU, and an NVIDIA graphic card. So yeah, it has almost all things needed for running the stuff. Type issue will look beautiful. Okay, what is the name of the extension? TypeScript pretty errors. TypeScript pretty errors. Oh, you are talking about this one, pretty TypeScripters. Thank you very much. Let's install them. That's enough. Yeah, that's right. That is more than enough actually. I don't face any problem running anything on my PC, thanks to my dad. He helped, like he actually got this stuff done. I cannot, like at the time I bought my PC for gaming purpose, but then I became a coder and here I am. Query this use effect. Okay, everything is fine right now. Let's simply, am I returning query from here? Turns out I'm not, so let's return the query as well. Query. So this first thing got done. I'm fetching the to-do. Once I fetched the to-dos, let's go with the next step. Second one is the create to-do. When I'm creating the to-do, so I will need my payload as well. So for creating the to-dos, I will have to have to-do payload. So it's gonna be to-do payload and to-do payload. By the way, use create to-do. The name is not quite right. Like I didn't really use. This is fine. Okay, I didn't really use this name back in the use create to-do. I have the same name. Use mutation. If I have use create to do over here, so when I'm actually using the to do, use create to do form, inside that use, okay, I'm giving it a different name, mutation. You create to do mutation and all, but okay, use create to do, I will be getting a return mutation object, and then I'll be calling things over there. Never mind. So what I was saying, that I will be calling that mutation, and because of that mutation, it will automatically get this object over here, and that's not kind of right. So what will I be doing over here now? First of all, I have to return something from here. What do I have to return? I have to return use mutation from 10 stack, of course. This use mutation will get two things. What are those things? First of all, let's even go through the nodes, or maybe this particular part over here. What all it takes? It takes two things. It takes the mutation function, and it takes the on success. And on success, I will be invalidating my all the queries. It is really needed invalidating the queries, because of course I have to refresh the data and all for that thing. So I have a mutation function. It's just gonna be like this, and I have on success, by the way, what all I get on error, on mutate, on settled, on success, so many things I get, but this is fine over here. And I think this is how I can just simply go ahead. Okay, let's go through the blocks again. On success, by the way, on success I get the result first of all over here. Not only result, I get any data that I send from this side, though that is not mentioned over here, but I'm sure I definitely get that. Dev tools, query dev tools. This dev tool is just coming over and over. I mean, I'm not quite sure about the use of that, but that must be some really good use of that, but okay, never mind. So on success I will be getting my result over here. Once I got my result, I will be even consoling that. But inside this, what is the next thing? Use mutation function. Let's make it async, because I will be calling the action, server actions over here. And which server action am I gonna be using? Server action create to do, right? First of all, I will be getting my to dos over here, especially once I'm creating it. So to do, I can call it payload, and that to do payload is going to be what? It will be having title, what all? Type. Title, description, priority, completed. It will have these things. Kind of, yes. So let's give it a to do payload will have, or let's make it just to do. It will be to do type, and once I got this, then I will be calling my action. So the action name is what? Action name is create to do, and using this I will get the things done. That's fine. So I call the same thing over here. Come on, where is that? To do, use to do. The same thing I did over here. I got my action, and using that I just got the response and all. That's the same thing I have to do over here. Const response is gonna be equals to response or result, call it whatever you want, await, and create to do. This is gonna be an action. This will be taking to do, as simple as that. When it comes to this particular action, it takes to do, it has the to do type, right? And then it does the job over here automatically, so I don't need to worry about anything. It saves everything, and once everything is saved, it simply returns, it revalidate the path, and that's it. That's what I wanted. So I can come back to this. I got my response, and once I got my response, I will be just simply returning the things from here. So return a response from here. But not only that, it could be that if not response dot success, okay, in that case what will I be doing? I will be throwing an error, throw new error, and I will be just simply giving it the message that I get. So response dot message, and if there is no message, I'm sure I will have a message, because I'm returning it from the server action side. But if I don't have, in that case failed to create the to do, as simple as that. So this is what I'm doing over here. And on success, once I got my result, at that time what do I have to do? If on success, because I'm already returning throwing the error over here, so I don't need to worry about that. And h for, I don't even mean by result over here. Why? Mainly because I can have the result, right? Because I'm returning use mutation from here. And what does this return? Const create to do mutation. Let's check what it returns actually from here. Something like this. At the end of the day, I will be returning it from here. Create to do mutation. And by the way, I'm not, let's check what will be the use of this result over here. I get it, that is for sure, but as for the use of it, I will be checking that thing out. By the way, I have to invalidate the queries, and for invalidating the query, I need to have the query over here. Let's check, do I have that? Query, use query. Query client I need to have. So let's import it here. Const query client is gonna be query client, client is gonna be how do we invalidate the things? New query client, and then I will be using that particular client to invalidate the things. Where am I right now? I have to go to quick start, and then over here query client got invalidate queries. That's what I wanted. So new query client, something like this. Once I have this, I will copy it, and over here if success, then query client that I have dot invalidate queries. And when I'm invalidating the queries, what I have to provide? I have to provide my keys. So query key is going to be Todo keys dot lists. This is a method. IntelliJ आइडिया कम्युनिटी एडिशन वेबसाइट पे शो नहीं हो रहा. या दैट इज राइट. आई जस्ट checked it out. Why isn't the IntelliJ community edition showing on the website? Let's go with the search mode, and not search mode, the research mode. Based on the search results, I can provide you with a clear answer. IntelliJ community edition is still available. The community edition is definitely still available and supported. However, there's been significant UI navigation change that's confusing users and major structural change in the version. Okay, why it appears missing? The poor website navigation design. The download page has confusing link to both visit IntelliJ page and visit the IntelliJ which misleads. Okay. The recent products restructuring of how to download community edition. This is the path. Scroll to find community edition downloads. Select your OS and Windows. Does this work? This is, I have to scroll. I think you guys must have already checked that. Even I'm not getting that. I did use it initially when I started learning. At that time I had the chance to use this particular ID, but 3:30 day. You are right. Alternative download JetBrains. You can go with the previous versions. 2025 this one. Oh. Had better watch some videos on YouTube. Don't know about this particular thing, but yeah, that is kind of right. Let's go on and continue from here on. What is the next thing that I can do? First of all, this result invalidating the query. I am simply invalidating the queries over here. Once invalidation got done, then what? Once I have invalidated the things over here, query key, and I have invalidated the queries, that's fine, and that is it. Next question is that this is the create to do mutation that I got. What is there? Create to do mutation YouTube पे नहीं है. YouTube पे नहीं है? Seriously? I get my data is pending. Okay, I get lots of things over here. YouTube penny, that's insane. I mean, come on, yaar. My battery. Just a minute. I'll be right back. Just a sec. Give me a moment. सब पुराना वीडियो है. Okay, come on, I got tired, yeah. The thing is that in the morning I turned off my battery charging option, and then right now it started beeping, and that simply means it is about to die. Then I just simply went running and started the charging option. Okay, दिसंबर के बाद न्यू अपडेट आया, उसके बाद नहीं हो रहा है. Is that so? December. Maybe they have stopped. $30-day ultimate subscription trial. Oh, this is strange, yeah. Is the IntelliJ idea not providing community edition right now? Can you hear me? First of all, let me know about this thing.
Yes, I can hear you clearly. Please go ahead and let me know what you'd like to discuss.
Yeah, let me know if IntelliJ idea is now providing community edition to download or not.
IntelliJ IDEA still offers a free community edition alongside the ultimate version. You can download both from the official JetBrains website. Would you like a direct link?
Yeah, I would. Just the page that I'm on, that is already the JetBrains page. First of all, give me the right page to download. Hello.
Hi there. How can I help you today?
What the hell? Are you crazy or what? I'm just simply asking you to give me the direct link for downloading the community edition.
Got it. You're on the IntelliJ IDEA download page. Let me find the direct link for the community edition for Windows. You can download the IntelliJ IDEA community edition for Windows from the official JetBrains website. The direct download page is https://www.jetbrains.com/section-windows. Look for the community edition section and click the download button for the exe file. That will start the download immediately.
I'm already on that window, but you can even see, can't you see, can you see the page that I'm on right now?
I can see you're on the IntelliJ IDEA download page, but I don't have direct visibility into every detail of the page. If you let me know the specific button or section you're looking at, I can guide you to the correct download link for the Community Edition. You should find a Community Edition section and a download button for Windows.
But the thing is that they are simply providing free with 30-day ultimate subscription trial included. That means that is not a community edition.
I see what you mean. The page you're on does mention a free version with a 30-day ultimate trial, but that's still part of the Community Edition offering. You can download the base Community Edition for free, and after the trial, you can continue using the core free features without subscribing to the ultimate version. Just download the installer from the Community Edition section, and you'll have access to the free version even after the trial.
Try this, by the way. Okay. Simply thing is that simple thing. Already you will have 30-day free trial. That is for the pro people, for corporate related stuff. And as for the trial thing, for community edition, you will still be able to get the stuff done on that particular edition. So download directly from here, use for 30 days, and use it more than 30 days. After 30 days, you will still be able to use the community edition. And for corporate work and all, of course, you will have to upgrade. That's what I can just get right now. I hope it just does the same thing. Just download that directly and use that. Simple, for 30 days, and after that I hope it will be you will still be able to use the community version. Maybe there is a combination of both right now. And this thing is done. Get rid of this thing. I will just simply be returning from here. Create Todo mutation. As for setting that, and then what will I be doing? That this is the function that I have, right? And this is on success. I should be getting my result on success. Once I got my result, what I'll do that add to do, right? Because I'm creating the to-dos over here. Const add to do is gonna be use to do store state dot add to do. As simple as that. Once I got my add to do, I will be adding the to do over here. Result dot to do. As simple as that. And I hope that is exactly returning what I expected to return. So what it is returning from here? It is returning me the to do. As simple as that. So it should work fine. Let's go here. Okay, what is the problem? Type undefined is not assignable to type ID string created at all. Type undefined result dot to do. Add to do. When I'm actually adding the to do, at that time use to do store. This is the add to do section, to do type. That's gonna be having ID string. That is for sure. It will be having that. And I got my result, and that result has what? First of all, I saved it in the database, then I got that. One more thing, let me change one thing over here. To do actions, this is the one. Whenever I'm sending the JSON response from here, this one. How to start full stack? अभी मुझे C++ आता है और अभी मैंने DSA in Java start किया है. अब बता सकते हो कहाँ से पढ़ें? Are you looking for some free sources or the paid ones? JSON.parse. If you are looking for some free sources, simply go search Code with Harry or some other YouTubers and simply start following the playlist that is completed, and that's it. If you are looking for paid sources, so you will find already many. JSON.parse, JSON.stringify. There are two courses actually from Rohit Negi. There is a course, web development course from Rohit Negi. You can follow his course, or there's a full course by Code with Harry. You can follow his course as well, depends on which one you go with, but yeah, you can just go ahead, just stringify and created to do. This should be fine. Let's go to do action, and right now I'm not getting that error, fine, and I will be returning the response from here. Free source. So yeah, Rohit Negi and Code with Harry. I'm not sure other, you can find some other courses too. These are the courses I'm aware of, like they are complete and they're completed and they are available. Let's try, is this method the best, is this the best code, or I'll just simply ask to make it better. Make this code better. Okay, let's see. Main fixes use query client instead of using a query client. Otherwise you are invalidating a different cache than the one your app uses. Consider updating the real query cache. Really? Let's come back here. Query client, and that is right, use query client. That's my bad actually, sorry, didn't really know that. Use maybe let's simply paste it like this. I need to import it, of course. Now I'll ask it to make it better. Make it better. I think I've already done my best. There could be some improvements. That's what I want to know, exactly where I can improve my code. If once I know that, it could be better, right? Don't you think so? Just a sec. Why is it taking time? Come on yaar, you should not be taking that much time. I don't really have that much time actually. Just wait for your response. It turns out that it will make me wait for the response anyhow. Never mind, let's stop it and let's generate it, regenerate it. Big improvements, return result.todo, not the whole response. That is right. Duration function, I have to return a response.todo, return the created to do directly, and this particular thing, that's fine. And on success I will get the created to do, ultimately result, and invalidate that. Old query client set query data now. Update list cache immediately. Immutable update. Okay. Question is, where am I setting the data now? On success, or if you insist on the stand. So I will be adding it over here, and then query client set to do list old created to do. Anyway, let's simply continue. This is good enough. One thing that I can actually do over here, that is set query. I got my query, I'm returning response.torouge from here, that's fine. Once I'm returning response.torouge, I'm returning response.torouge. Okay, let's go to the next. And same I think I was doing over here, response.json. Over here I returned the whole response in the sense it contained the to-do and its other things too. I returned it all, and over here I'm not returning that all. Great. So what can I actually do? I have my query, I'm returning response.to-do and then query.data, right? So I have to just simply return a response dot query dot result dot return. No. If I just simply return the whole response, then what will happen? If I actually return the whole response, query dot data. It's okay, we should only return what is actually needed. We need to return to-dos over here, the data. That is why I'm just simply returning that. And once I have returned that, I'm just simply setting the to-do as well and returning the query. Just that's it. Once this got done, then I can do the same thing just at the top. Once I'm creating the to-do, and this is the create to-do mutation, and use mutation function. This is the function to-do type. Okay, const response is equal to create to-do. Simply checking whether the success is true or not. If that's not, then okay. Otherwise, simply returning the response dot what will be returning response dot to do. And once I have returned this, then this will be the part of the create to do mutation. I don't really need to do that, so I can just simply return it from here. Just like this. So I'm returning it from here, and once I return it from here, I'm just simply returning response.todo, though even it is not required, because when it comes to this, I don't even need to get my data, but okay, I'm returning it. That's my choice, because overall, when it comes to returning using mutation, we hardly do that. I'm not even returning over here, so forget about returning somewhere else. Post to do, I don't even have an example over here, but I do have an example in my notes, and over there I'm definitely not returning anything. So this is the use mutation I have, and I'm calling add user over here, and this is the add user function. Well, directly or indirectly, that's also getting returned in a way. So response.json, and response.json has all the result and all, so that's fine if I'm returning it. कोड विद हरी का वेब डेवलपमेंट का प्लेलिस्ट है वही ना फुल स्टैक का के लिए. That's right, you can follow code with Hari, you can follow what Rohit Negi, depends on you, whom you like better, like whom you prefer. Then add to do, result to do. I got my result, right? Once I got my result, I'm just simply returning it from here. Call it result or anything else. Let's even do this thing. DDD result dot to do. It's again up to you what you gonna name it. And create to do mutation, again get rid of this. Adding to do on success, that's it. So this particular section is also done. Not only that, I'm invalidating it, that is the thing that I have to keep in mind. And that's it. Let's get rid of this, and let's go with the use toggle to do. Again, when I'm toggling the to do's, first of all I need to change that in the database as well. So I will be using toggle to do use action. So, and I will have to use the state as well. So const set let's go to the store. First of all, inside store I have toggle to do. So toggle to do is going to be use store, use to do store, to do store. I will be getting the state, and then state dot toggle to do, as simple as that. Once I got that, after this I even need my const query client. I think that's the one. Query client is gonna be equals to use query client. For invalidating it, I think I need these things, and once I have them, I will be returning use the mutation from here. Again, it will have spelling is wrong. Use mutation, just like this, and I'll be getting the things done inside this. By the way, let me first of all cross check this particular thing. That is just the query, not the query. Mutation query client. Where am I getting it from? Query client dot invalidate queries. Okay, that's fine. So this much I've done over here. Inside this I will have a mutation function, and that mutation function is going to be somewhat like this, and then I have on success, and when it comes to that on success thing, again this can be either like this, or that can be directly to. Having said that, let's have a look at that on success. That's fine. I will be getting my result over here because of course I'm toggling that, and then I can get the remaining things done. Having said that, I would need my ID too whenever I'm mutating that, so I will be giving it the ID there. So ultimately I'll get my ID over here. With the help of this ID I will be able to mutate that async. And what I want to check that even when I'm creating the to-do, so it gets data over here. This mutate function automatically gets to-do, so I will check whether that to-do is still accessible over here or not. And what I think that will be accessible. To-do is not defined, to-do is defined but never, and that's fine. I will be just logging the value of to-do over here. To-do check if you get the value of to-do, as simple as that. Where is your previous videos of previous days? My previous videos of previous days, उसके पहले तो मैं live ही नहीं आ रहा था. I was just simply learning like this. So like I just started this 365 days challenge recently. So this is the day 64. Even before that, I spent don't know 2 years around learning the things. At that time I wasn't going live, so there are no videos. But right now I'm just creating the videos. Unfortunately I couldn't come. I couldn't go live earlier. I should have gone actually since the beginning. But okay, never mind. Here I am now, at least. Oh, check. This is the to-do, okay, that I have. Anything else? Nothing else. One more thing, over here I will be getting my ID, because of course I have to set my ID. By the way, ID I will get in my result as well. Just a sec. Come on, I'm literally suffering from a sneeze. Just a minute. Alrighty, I hope I'll get rid of this sneezing problem really soon. This is insane, especially when you are suffering from this. Okay, by the way, I will be getting my result over here. I'll be getting my ID over here, and once I got them, first thing that I'll be doing here, first that will be invalidating the query. So query client dot invalidate, and it will take query key, and that will be to-do keys dot lists. This is the method that will be giving the keys and all. So I'm okay with that. As for the result and all, do I need my result over here? Because I have the ID, with the help of the ID I can easily set that. Set toggle to do. What it will take, it will just simply take the ID, so I'm giving it the ID, that's fine. And it will take the updates. Okay, and let's provide it the updates. When it comes to toggling the to do, completed is going to be what? Result. What result will I get? I will get result dot data. So result dot to do, result dot to do dot completed. I hope this is how I'm gonna be getting it done. By the way, as for this result, I will be returning the result from here. So let's even get that thing done, and that will be, even can I check it directly? Toggle to do will get the ID, and no, I had to go with this way, otherwise how will I get the value of completed that was already there? I can toggle it directly because of course that value is saved there too. So toggle value that I already had. What am I doing over here? I'm already getting the updates, otherwise I could have done without the updates as well, but okay, never mind. Let's go ahead directly like this. So I have my mutation function, and once I have my mutation function, so first of all I need to call my hook, and then I have to get the things done. So const result is gonna be equals to await and toggle to do, and that will be hook of course, but I don't have that. Hook no, action. This is the action, and the name is the toggle to do, but there is a problem. Two things have the same name over here. Why am I giving it the name toggle to do? Let's go to use to do store, add a toggle. They have the same names. Come on, yaar. Naming is the problem now. Remove to do. What names did I have here? To do form. Whenever I was toggling it, not this particular section, not even this one. I can go to my hooks. Use to do. Okay. Not even this one. Use toggle to do. And update to do in store. Ultimately I can change the name of this, right, as per my choice. So that's really a good thing, because otherwise I would face this naming convention problem. Okay, so ultimately I will be changing the name of this. So toggle to do in store, ultimately in store. Let's give it this name, otherwise two things will have the same name, and that would be problematic. So I can go on like this, and then I can get my toggle to do from action, and what will it take? It will just simply take the ID, and it will take the update. Update. That is insane. Do I need to give it the update, or I can handle it then and there? Let's just give it the ID. I'm not gonna be giving it the update because that's gonna be too problematic. I will have to fetch the data and then I will have to give it the update. I can manage everything on the server side, like server action side only. So one thing I'm leaving here, that is the updates. Even I'm sending the updates for no reason, because I can simply get the data from the database and then check whether it is completed or not. So what I want over here, that updated to do model find updates. I'm not gonna be having updates over here. So what will I be changing? Completed is gonna be, let's make it true for now. I will be changing it very soon. To do find by ID, okay. How about finding it first and then changing it later? That's gonna be right? So what I'll be doing over here, something like this, that to update it to do not, const to do is going to be equals to await, and to do model dot find by ID. First of all I'll be finding that, that's it. Find by ID is going to be ID. So once I found that, then I will say that to do dot completed, that's gonna be equals to opposite of to do dot completed. Simple. And lastly I will save it. So await to do dot save, just like this. Any problem? Many problems. First of all, this to do. Left hand side maybe not option property. To do is possibly null. I'll check. If not to do, then return success false message to do not found and all. and then todo.complete is gonna be this and updated to do. If not to do, then this cannot really need this over here, and then to do is gonna be to do. Rather, I will be sending this much only, and that's it. Fine. So this time what is happening, I'm just simply giving it the ID. On the basis of this ID, it's first of all checking the previous, it gets the to do, and then it checks the previous completed, whether what was the status of that, and then it makes just the opposite of that. It assigns the opposite value and simply saves it. Okay, this will definitely work, but let's see what I have done in my previous code. And over here I have to go to my actions, toggle to do, and turns out I have done the same thing. Great. Of course, that is the only easy way to do. And one more thing, whenever I'm changing the things and all, I have to revalidate the path. So revalidate. Why am I even revalidating the path? This is the first of all root path that I'm revalidating, and revalidation simply means whenever because data gets cached on the server side as well. So whenever I'm going to get a request again the next time, at that time I will get the new data, and that is why I'm revalidating it. As simple as that. Alrighty, so this much I have done over here. Result, and let's go ahead. Once I got my result inside the function, I will be even checking that if not result dot response and result dot success. In that case, I will be throwing an error. So throw new error, and that will be, first of all I want to work with the hooks, then I will be working on the remaining things. Let's get the hooks related stuff done, then I'll go ahead. So that's gonna be result dot message. Otherwise if it does not exist, in that case, failed to toggle to do the to do. That is it. Once this thing is done, I will be returning the result, of course, from here. So return, no, not result, rather result dot to do from here. That is what I'm gonna be returning once I have returned from that thing from there. So once I got my result, in that case it should be just only this much. I'm not returning result, I'm returning result dot to do. That's problematic. How about returning just result? So result dot to do dot completed. Result dot success, result dot to do. I just simply returning it from here. In that case, toggle to do restore. Completed is gonna be what? Result dot what? I'm not getting any suggestions. To do, not really. Let's make it 2 photo. I'll check it out later on. Give me a moment. I'm just gonna be freshening up. Going to get freshened up first of all. Just within 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Then I'll be back and I'll continue from here on. I'm suffering from this, so it's really hard to just balance the things around. But okay, never mind. I'll be back within 3 minutes.
Ready to explode. Simon. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
Now welcome back, and let's continue from here on. So here I was stuck. Great. Simple thing. I'm returning my result.todo. First of all, inside this one, I return result.todo. I was getting my result over here, and I was able to use result.todo on success, and that was the same use mutation. The same thing I'm trying to do over here. I return result.todo. When I toggle the to-dos, what am I returning from there? When I toggle to my to-do, I'm returning my to-do from here. Okay. So a result is declared but its value is never read. That's what is worrisome. What is the result all about? It has the ID in this much. What is that? Result.todo. So result dot, can I say completed? Will it work? Turns out no. Result is possibly undefined. Great. Result dot todo dot completed. Come on success mutation, use mutation. This is the function, this is on success part, and inside this mutation, okay, I'll be getting a string whenever it's called, and then remaining things are gonna be done automatically. Same thing I can do over here as well, like it will be toggled automatically, or I can give it the exact value. Giving the exact value would be a better option, but in this case I toggle use store, toggle to do. I need to give it the updates. Come on. Updates, and that's gonna be the, I think I'm right, completed boolean. I had to give it the ID, and I have to give it the updates. So I'm giving it the ID. Even if I give it anything else, that should be fine, like anything in the form of an ID, and that's right. So I can directly give it the ID over here. Then this is the update section completed in this much. The only worrisome thing is that this result that I have over here, it is undefined. Why is that so? Result is possibly undefined. Yes. Mirror. Why didn't I get the same error here? I'm doing the same thing, right? Result.todo, returning that mutation on success. So if I just copy paste the whole thing, Control C, and Control V. Control C, Control V, uncomment it. Right now this does exist, result does exist. Really? Wow. Toggle to install. So mainly the problem is with this particular function. What is the difference? Let's get rid of this. What is the difference between these two things? Async to do, it gets the ID, then it simply saves it, it gets the result. It toggles it and gets the result. Result.success. Result set failed to get the to do and all, return result.to do. That's what exactly it is doing. Control cut it from here. Let's make it like this. Now I'm getting the error. One more thing, this result is something that I get, so everything inside this particular response exists, right? So this dot something, fine. It is possibly undefined. Okay, great. If result exists, only in that case I have to do this. Now to do does not exist on type document. To do, I to do. One thing, hang on. I got the problem. The problem is that from when I'm returning the data from the to do action side, I'm not stringifying it over here. So to do is gonna be equals to JSON dot, first of all I have to parse, and before parsing I have to stringify it. So stringify and to do. How can I make this mistake over and over? Same thing, let's do it over here. Otherwise the same mistake is going to be repeated. JSON dot parse, JSON dot stringify, and deleted deleted to do. Now I should not be getting that error, and guess what, I'm not. So use toggle to do. Things were exactly really simple. The thing is that I wasn't stringifying the data, because of that thing I was getting the error. So let's get rid of this thing even right now. It should be working directly fine. And this is how I'm simply gonna be going ahead. I will be getting my result, I will be getting my ID, and I'm gonna be using both. And I think the same thing I'm doing inside my previous code when it comes to toggle to do. Not here, rather in the hook section. This is the hook that I have. So in here I'm getting both, and when updating I'm using this particular ID, I'm using this particular data that I'm getting from there. So ultimately both the things are being used over here. That's what I wanted. Okay, so this particular thing is done, and use toggle to do is done. And last one that I have to use, that is use remove to do. Especially when working with this thing, first of all I need to use my store, and that's gonna be remove to do in store, from store const remove to do in store, and that's gonna be use store state dot remove to do, as simple as that. Not only that, I need to have query client. I hope I have invalidated the data, revalidated the data over there. To do action, whenever I change my data, I have to revalidate the data. Revalidate path, and that's gonna be this much. So this is where I have revalidated this is where I have revalidated. While fetching, I don't need to revalidate it, because at the time I'm just simply fetching it, so don't need to worry about that. While creating it, I need to revalidate it, and I'm revalidating it, as simple as that. So that's amazing. Actions are done the right way. Hooks are almost done. Let's get the const query client and use query client. Once I got this, I will be returning return use mutation. Once I got my mutation, mutation function. Again, this is gonna be an async function, and I will be getting ID over here. The type of the ID is going to be string, and I will be simply I'll have one more thing. I'll have on success. I'll have, what the hell? It's gonna be like that. What is the problem? Use mutation, simply come on, yeah. Am I missing something? While mutating the things, I need an object function, I need the non-success, I need. What is the problem then? It should not be problematic. Mutation function is something that I need. Okay, this is the problem. Async. Now it is not problematic. On success, I will be getting the things done. On success, I will be getting the result, of course. I will be getting the ID at the end, of course, and ID is kind of gonna be enough for me. Mutation async ID. Once I got this, const result is going to be equals to await, and this time I have to remove to do, and that's gonna be an action, user action, server action function, and it will be taking ID as an argument. And now if not result dot success, in that case I have to throw an error, so throw new error, and it will be result dot message, otherwise failed to remove the todo. Return result dot todo. I will be simply returning it from here as well. I can return my whole response, but that whole response will contain extra stuff and all. It's simple like that. Whatever you return from here, you will get here in this particular object, right? So return as much as you need, and once it got done, then I will be invalidating the query. So query client dot invalidate queries, and query key is going to be todo's keys dot lists method. It will give me the keys, but even before that I have to remove it from the state, so I'll have to use remove todo in store, and this takes what? It simply takes the ID, if I'm not wrong. State remove todo. No, this use todo store. Okay, this is fine. I hope it just simply takes the ID only. Yeah, it takes the ID. It simply removes the from the todo and all. So this is done now. Anything else? Nothing as such. So ultimately I have worked on almost all the hooks too that were needed to create, and right now I can just simply start working on my main application. So I will be working on this only this much today. Like I worked on the actions, I worked on the hooks, I worked on the states, I Zeus and state of course, and I worked on the hooks. What is the remaining thing? The remaining thing is simple, that using it and rendering the components and all the right components. I will be doing that. That particular section will be done tomorrow. So that was it in this particular section. I ultimately spent around 2 hours and all working on this particular thing. and we have done quite good. Tomorrow this particular to do application will be done. The thing is that I actually have some other stuff to get done as well, so can't really keep working on one thing continuously. Second thing is that I have to learn about Mongoose aggregation. Aggregation. So I knew it back then, but then I forgot. I never used that actually, aggregations and all. So today, first of all, I will be focusing on revising that. I will be revising Mongoose properly, MongoDB, and let's see how that's gonna be going on. By the way, for that I will be coming up just within 20 minutes or something. For now, let's call it right here, and I'll be back soon. Take care and see you soon.